Kieran, thanks for being here today with us. I thought we'd take it in turns to ask some questions, but before we do that, I wondered if you could tell us a bit about the history of the world, how it started and how it came about, etc., and as well as any plans that you may have for anything new this year compared to previous years, or anything you can tell people.
Yeah, no problem. Well, yeah, for sure. So, first and foremost, thanks for having us on, and thanks for you guys actually doing this sort of thing. I think airgun shooting in particular is probably good bit of merchandise
Mm.
there, Phil. Well, the airgun space has probably been needing something like this, and I think following on from the rest of the world, like long form discussion is a good tick in the box, and it's where you can actually find some information. It's so fair dingham to you lads for actually chucking in the mix and buying yourself a new MacBook, Phil, for this. So to answer your question, the WHFTA World's been going since 2009. The original concept basically built on the success of what was the UKHFT series, which was started by a chap called Pete Sparks with a few other folks. For context, Pete still helps out a great deal with this, but is a lot more of a backseat and more of a supporting role. But he does do a boatload, although he's not front and centre. He's not necessarily the face of it as much anymore. So yeah, since 2009, that was the inaugural WHFTA Worlds. We are nearly 2 decades later, and still trying to get our ducks in a row. It has grown somewhat, as has airgun shooting and HFT as a whole, but it can still grow a lot more. And it's still, I think one of the things as well is that it's always going to be a fringe sport. This is not going to be an Olympic thing. This is shooting tin chickens in the woods, and it has its place within the shooting ecosystem. And some people in my opinion, people just kind of need to know where that is. When unfortunately in the UK and even wider, we're not going to get to these dizzy heights that we'd all like it to want to get to. The reality is that shooting sports, in particular in Western Europe, is not a popular tick in the box, chaps. But yeah, anyway, rant aside. So this year, new stuff. What we're big believers in and what we have learned is doing new things that are gimmicks doesn't work. You've got to get those foundations in play, and you build on those damn foundations, and as long as you've got solid foundations, it gives you a scheme of manoeuvre, gives you flexibility, gives you the ability to shift efficiently and do more of the basics and build those layers. So there won't be a great deal that you see massively different. The topography is very different. We've put an emphasis and a lot of our focus on the courses this year. So these will be the trickiest ones people will have ever shot. In terms of the course itself, we can't account for the weather, but these are not that course setting teams previously have not been good. They have been more than good. They have been excellent. But this year there's a shift up on that. The format is the format. You can only stay within the format of that. But these are going to be tasty.
Okay.
I would say.
Great.
So good luck, lads. Good luck.
Unfortunately, I'm not there. Bugger.
Yeah, long-winded answer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, unfortunately, I am there.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I'll tell you what I've been asked. What I've been asked a lot, Kieran, because we put this out on Facebook and everything. And
Excellent.
there's a few people who asked me a really, really pertinent question. Well, I'll just get my notepad and pen out. Can you please tell us how far each target is and what the kill sizes are, please?
They are between 8 and 45 yards, and the kill sizes are between 15 and 45 millimeters. That's all I can
More.
give you, lads. I ain't got a bloody
No
clue. Do you
specifics.
know what? I'll kind of settle something actually as well. This is something that kind of gets brought up, especially like I'm going to say something that might be a little bit controversial, but like mid-range shooters, is that those distances to the top shooters, even if they're new, and they're still going to knock the bloody things down. Like the top HFT, top end HFTers, they are efficient. Efficient. Those you could give them the distances, they'd know them anyway. They'd just know them anyway. Like your likes of James or Greg, and that they are savages. Like they're in my opinion, like the skill set that these people have is the best that it's ever been. Even like go back to like your stick shooters. No, you shoot sticks. Feel like there's some talented folk. But I can arrange for the distances for if you want, Keith, and all that sort of thing. I'll just put them like 83 yards for every single one. So
Well, they're not all 25 yards with 35 mil kills then.
There could be, but we'll just weld them shut. That's it. You just get the MIG welder out, job done.
That
That's
sounds
still
about
miss.
right.
That's still bloody miss as well. But,
And so would I.
yeah. Well, we've got to make the numbers up, haven't we, Keith?
That's it. Yeah.
Oh God, yes.
Aye.
Yeah.
Um,
Right. Okay. So when you, I mean, I know you took over this a few years ago, but did you ever think it would grow as large as it has? I mean, this year's got the biggest number you've ever attended. I know that the sticks is the most ever. I mean, I did the first sticks and there was 30 of us, and there's 50 odd now. You know, I mean, did you ever think it was going to grow like it has?
Yeah, we did. We thought that the numbers are probably around where it could be, and there is obviously more room for growth, but we've had some really serious discussions of what growth looks like for the next iteration of what WHFTA and also HFT is, and it's the next step up is massive. It's huge. It takes a boatload of capital to get to the next stage, and we're probably not going to see, and the everyday person, the everyday competitor probably isn't going to see that value in that sense if it was to go to that next thing. So I don't know, say there was 100 grand injected into the event, it wouldn't look savagely different if that makes sense. So there is still room for growth, but the next iteration of growth probably won't look as big, but it'll be a huge amount of money, a huge amount of money. You can see that from the world. Yeah, you can see that in the world, like everywhere else in the world. Anyone that's done any sort of event stuff, and like I know you do a bit of other things outside of shooting as well. So you know exactly where you're going at with this sort of thing. So, but yeah, we did think it was going to get this big. To answer the question, like stick shooters as well, I think that's been a really valuable addition to HFT. It's still a concept that is growing. It will always grow, just the same, and it'll adapt. And as stick shooters become more cunning in how they get their setups done and all that sort of thing, and all the weird and wonderful contraptions that will be invented by these people in their garages and things, it'll bend and adapt just as the other classes have as well. But one of the good things is, like, we actually get, this is the most diverse it's been, and that's snaps me that word, but in its truest form it is the most varied in terms of numbers of people competing across different classes. But one of the things that would be really great to get is more juniors. Yeah. But that's just a thing that all of shooting is always going to try and get. It's sadly, it's just not the thing to interest. I think typically what you see is probably someone quite young, probably do it with the dad or mum. Yeah. They'll then they'll disappear away from the sport and probably revisit even with their own kids at some point in the late 30s, early 40s. We put a lot of effort into that, and we're not.
That's something we touched.
We were talking with Chili about this the other day.
Yeah, we said the same sort of thing.
Go ahead. So you were talking to Gary about this.
Yeah, we said the same sort of thing as you. It's they go away because they're more interested in other things, or girls or boys or whatever, and then come back to it when they're a bit older, or as Gary put it, a bit more knackered in the body.
Yeah, well, Gary's pretty knackered in his body anyway, isn't he? Bless him. Like his.
Aren't we all?
Well, yeah, likewise, mate. I know. As soon as I got into my 30s, it started catching the fuck up. Like,
wait till you get to your 60s, mate.
I won't get there. I guarantee it, mate. I'll just fall off a bike somewhere or something like that. Guaranteed. Yeah. Not so good. But
one of the other questions we've been asked was, do you think it'll ever go back to being part of a game fair or a country show, perhaps, to share resources, or always remain separate now that it's come away in the last couple of years?
I'm going to say, I'm never going to say never. Or I'm speaking on behalf of, these aren't my opinions, these are the opinions of WHFTA. Is we're not going to say never, because you don't shut a door on an opportunity blindly. You always explore it, and there has been things where we've explored that quietly as well. I mean, that's something that we do, probably to our detriment as well. Sometimes we are quiet with the way in which we go around things, so people don't hear about, we don't advertise what we've done and things like that. There's a lot to be said for being quietly professional and just going around your business without being seen or heard, and then collect enough information to see what you can get out of it. So we're not going to say no, but what we have found from it being separate, there is a beauty to autonomy. You are more in control of your own destiny. You have the ability to flex and pivot quicker and more effectively. Your money goes further.
Okay.
That's another thing as well. The communication pathway with third parties is always tricky because you, irrespective of what we all think, you are the bottom of the food chain at one of those big events. You are well down, unless you've got a really personal relationship with the coordinators and stuff. You're bottom of the food chain. I've got countless examples from the past where we've been like, it's Friday at 9:30 at night and we've got no bins.
Okay.
So you're having to go get them. And I know that sounds silly, like, even though that's contractually that's in play and you're supposed to have those and it's all that sort of stuff. Whereas if you're more in control of that, we're in control. We're getting the bins. Job done. Yeah. It's easier and we don't have that last minute flappage. It'd be nice to get it as part of something. We would be open to discussion with people and just see what's on the table. A chat does no harm, does it?
Yeah.
At all. And if they like, one of the things is we do need is capital and resources and things like that. And if we can free up capital to then spend it on the event and so, and then ultimately the competitors, that's better. But it's got to work all round. And we have been bitten as well in the past with events. So we are a little bit wary. I don't know what the general consensus is from like competitors in terms of what people would want as well. It'd be really interesting. To be fair, we are going to do like a questionnaire post event this year and see kind of a bit more what people are thinking, just to see where we can go to with the future. But what do you guys? What would you prefer? What's kind of your preferences?
Well, go on.
I like the idea of it being tied in with something, but I don't know how much that would detract from what we're trying to do, because you can't have spectators walking around the HFT course. So health and safety from your side would just you'd end up on your head somewhere. Yeah, so it's a tricky one.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, I've only done it the once, as you know, so I've never experienced it previously. But I mean, I think from what I've been told, the biggest thing for the last couple of years when it's been at Borders Wood is that there may not be much for people to do in between, when they're waiting to go on the course or they've just finished the course and they're waiting for a mate or anything like that. So that would probably be the biggest thing that, going to a show or whatever would help. So if you could do something like that, but it's tricky, isn't it? Like you say, you need that capital, you need that sort of. I'm sure you're trying to keep it as cheap as you can for people, without an event costing £100 a head, sort of thing.
Yeah. We can probably touch on that a little bit later as well, because that's something we'd be keen to share.
Yeah, sure.
About where that goes. It's having had it as part of larger like events and things like that. It's kind of been a mix from what we can ascertain. It's been a mixed bag of like whether people would actually go and look at like a game fair or a shooting show and stuff. And historically, I think like, and I am going out on a bit of a limb, I think like the day of like game fairs and country fairs are done now. Sadly, they're done. That's not what society likes to engage with. They're done. And what we saw at the tail end was that it was an expensive market. Not to be rude, but that was the sketch, and that actually reflected negatively on us, because we would get competitors saying, "Well, the game fair was X or Y," and it's like, "Well, it's not in our control. We're really sorry about it. We can't do anything," and then that detracts away. So it's like chicken and egg. The ideal scenario would be it'd be part of some major shooting event that shooting knew about it and so on and so forth, and it fed into it, but there doesn't seem to be one of those that exists with the topography that can facilitate something with 350 plus HFTers in one place at one time, sadly. Unless we go to Vegas. Happy to Vegas, so if there's any millionaires out there who wants to pay for that, happy to take that on board.
I'm in for Vegas.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I've got your ticket. It's squared. Don't you worry.
Okay.
I sort on that sort of thing. Do you think that the scope? I mean, I know it's not right now, and it's possibly even in your plans, it's the World HFT thing, but as far as I'm aware, they've all been in the UK.
Yeah, from
You know,
ours,
so is
there
there,
is.
yeah, is there scope for it to start spreading around the world?
Yes, we have been close to try and get that in play, and we'll go back to that quietness and how we do stuff quietly and try and do that. But our kind of concern is, yes, number one, yes, that's where it needs to go, and that's where we're aiming to get it there. How we get it there is the tricky bit. In the UK, from our opinion, we're trying to be as objective as possible. Is that the evolution of HFT and the airgun shooting sports is far in excess of it is in most of the rest of the world. Having been to events in mainland Europe, they don't come quite up to scratch of what a typical good level like club shoot, even in some instances, or like a Solware Midland Series type shoot or a Southern Hunter Series in the UK. They're off the mark. It's trying to bring another nation on that journey to impart our knowledge on those sorts of things is where the work needs to be. And you only have to look at FT, where there's been some absolute catastrophes, and FT guys will admit that. There's been a number of those. I'm not going to name the countries because I think that's derogatory and that what's gone is gone. But there's been some absolute swings and misses, and that's our massive concern, because if we get people across the world to go do something and the absolute fundamentals aren't in play and we haven't seen those things work, that's just going to set the sport back significantly. Significantly, in our opinion. We've got an idea for something that we want to try and we think could work, but the shooting calendar's pretty tight at the moment. We've got a good idea of what we would like to do, and we've got a place where we could do it potentially. But we need to basically test the water and see what that can do, and then can build those relationships and go there. So that's the long answer to it. It's not that we're dismissing it or anything like that. We're just very, very cautious, and we understand how well things have been done in the UK. There's obviously room for improvement everywhere, but I'll just say it as it is in that sense. In some instances, we can be quite needy, and we can get our knickers in a twist metaphorically over something, a twig in the way, or something akin to that. Take that somewhere where people really don't give a fuck, and it means a fuck to you. It just blows up, and then that becomes the small thing detracts away from the overall effort of the event, and it's trying to get those bits out. Hopefully, you can understand where I'm trying to get at with that. And that does. I am not saying that we're all like that, but there's definitely catalysts for that shit.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. It's true. You see it at a club level as well, don't you? So I imagine it at a world level. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's everyone's effort. It's everyone's cup final, which rightly so in that sense. And people pay the money and take the choice and prep for it and all that sort of jazz. But it's a tricky balance. It's a real tricky balance. We have got irons in fires, but hopefully that can come to some sort of fruition in the not too distant future. Like I said, we've been close.
Okay.
Pretty damn close to it. So, yeah.
Sounds intriguing.
Yeah. Vegas, though. Again, Keith from Vegas. Don't worry.
Well, the FT were in Nevada, weren't they, this year for their World Championships, weren't they?
Yeah.
And apparently it went really well.
Yeah, it's again, there's something like the FT guys do that's quite different to us. And I'm not trying to criticise. I think they do a bloody good job, and having helped in some of their events when the FT Worlds were held in the UK, in England, I helped out with that quite a bit as well, and everyone did a phenomenal job. But what they do have is capital, and capital speaks. It's a substantial amount of money, and if you are an astute business type person, you can make that stretch. You can make that stretch away. When you've got income of 110, 120,000 pounds, you can start making things move. But that still gets eaten up as well.
Yeah,
that still gets eaten up. I know, like the FT Worlds in England, I think they paid 50 grand for their venue.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
big ticket money.
That's easy.
Big ticket.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Next question for me was this a question from someone on the Tin Chicken Republic Facebook page. What is your go-to routine to stay in?
Good plug.
Yeah,
Good
no.
plug.
Yeah. What's your go-to routine for staying for?
To what? Sorry.
What is your? I'm going to cut this bit. What's your?
Go on, Phil. Get it
Shut
out.
up! What's your go-to routine for staying focused and calm during a big competition like the Worlds?
From a
Yeah,
shooter perspective.
From a shooter perspective, what did when you used to shoot like? Because yeah.
When I used to shoot, I can't even remember when that was anymore. That's a byproduct of old age, that, Keith. That's a really good question. If I can kind of remember, I think it's an individual thing, but like I'm naturally quite a calm person anyway, and like a positive end product from shooting positive end product with shooting derives from just being bloody calm. So most of it is just don't get excited.
Yeah.
Like, cool. It literally, and this is the advice that I kind of give to people. It is shooting tin chickens in the woods. It doesn't matter if it doesn't miss. One of the weird little psychological things that happens with both shooting and golf, there's a similarity here, and this is discussed quite heavily in golf a lot as well, is that there is an immediate end product, like an instantaneous end product to whether you made a good call or a bad call. And that plays havoc with some people. It really does. It's like they slice it off into the trees, or you send it into Valhalla and it's still going across a field somewhere and all that sort of stuff. And that plays havoc with people subconsciously. And my advice a lot of the time is just you make what used to be conscious subconscious, and just do, as opposed to overly focus on the act, because it's just a process, isn't it? Shooting as well, like. But most of mine, I was always really calm. I think one of the good things that I took confidence from is that I meticulously set up kit. I knew it, and that's where I think most HFT shooters or shooters across the board, if you set your kit up right, you're halfway there. You're absolutely halfway there. And one of the byproducts of setting up your kit correctly is that you go through that process of pulling the bloody trigger as well. So you're winning on both fronts there. I think me and you have talked about this a little bit as well, Phil. I know we've exchanged some messages about that sort of thing. But yeah, I never really got that excited over the damn thing. That doesn't mean that like there's not an occasional like hit of adrenaline, and trying to get that squared away can be tricky, because that's just a natural bodily reaction to something that is you are either excited or nervous of. But yeah, that probably isn't a great bloody answer to that. I should have given something else, some sort of like gone on an ayahuasca trip or something like that. Yeah.
I mean, that's where I'm starting to get to. I mean, I've been shooting about the same sort of time as Phil, and it still messes with my head if I miss what I class as an easy shot.
No such thing.
Yeah,
There's no such thing.
Well, exactly. This is the thing, and me, I'm starting to learn to just that's gone.
Yes, what's done is done. That's a really good thing. That's like what's done is done. Can't take it back. You can somehow reach out and grab it and.
Yeah.
But it's bloody hard. I mean, even now, I'll shoot it at the weekend, and even now I'm thinking about the unsupported standard that I missed off 6. But it's only 2 days ago. I've got another
we need to
week
take some of them trophies back off you, mate. They shouldn't be doing that. Yeah.
Just recall them. That's it. Say there's a product recall on them. That's it. They're dangerous to health. That's it. Come on, Keith, bring them back. But yeah, just going back to that routine, I think is with shooting, and just again, this is only my own personal advice. Is it genuinely is just shooting tin chickens in the woods. That's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. No one's dying at the end of this. Like it's no one's losing the job. We're out shooting tin
Yeah, yeah.
chickens. It's nice to do well, but when it doesn't go well, I think there's a big thing like you learn from the damn thing and don't get your ass and like kick your beanbag down the line and stuff like that. If you're in a place where you're doing that, I think it's a discussion that you need with yourself outside of the reach of the rifle. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I have had to put my rifle very slowly into the bag occasionally.
Yeah, just a deep breath.
Just away.
That's not to say that like
Yeah.
I've not been pissed off when I've missed things and stuff like that. You're like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like what was that? But once it's done, isn't it? And having the ability to just park it. And
That's it. Move on to the next one.
Next good thing. Easier said than done.
Just move on to the next one, isn't it?
No, sorry, mate.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Keith, you.
Exactly. Thought you was about to say move on to the next bloody question.
Oh no. Well, we can, but go on, Keith.
Yeah, I mean, this probably comes under the whole money and infrastructure thing that you were alluding to earlier. Is there going to be the possibility of additional facilities on site for like the Worlds? I know that the last year you increased the toilets because there was a need, right?
Yeah.
But things like water stations around the course and air stations has been suggested to me as well. Like a compressor sat there that people can use and things like that.
Yeah. So these are all. This is going to sound like these are all things that we have had in play in the past. In terms of the air stations, they just weren't used.
Okay.
They weren't used.
No.
It wasn't worth our time and effort to go and do it. It was just like we rigged it up and we got that through one of our sponsors and no one used it. And we advertised it, blanket emails was like, don't leave your bottles at home, come make use of it. No one used the damn things. No one used the damn things. The other thing with the water stations, yes, we will we will utilise those after a certain temperature. But just to call a spade, in the past, we as a community have really let ourselves down in leaving shit everywhere. Like we've let it down. We just chuck our stuff. It's a societal thing as well. Like just chuck a load of stuff into the trees, and there's water bottles everywhere. And then we as a team are going around literally picking everyone's rubbish up, and how that reflects badly on, like, say, if we're essentially borrowing someone's back garden or an event, and if we're sat there leaving rubbish everywhere, it's just not worth the damn thing. It's like, but it takes some water and all that, and that's one of the reasons. The main driving force behind that is that people just don't have the ability to pick the stuff up. You ask them, you remind people in safety briefs and all that sort of stuff, and every time we've done it at these things, they're just wanged in the trees, just wanged in the things, and then like, in an ideal world, of course we'd have the damn things, and we've had like the cups and all that sort of thing, like you chuck them out, but they still just end up everywhere.
They'll put them next to the bin.
And that's the honest answer. Yeah, like people put, exactly, we'll just put them next to the bin. It's like there's literally the bin. What is going on? Like, what is going on? And it's just not worth. It's just not worth the goddamn risk. In all honesty, for leaving stuff everywhere.
I did see that.
Going back to your toilets and infrastructure. Sorry.
Carry on.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I did see that sort of thing.
Okay, so in terms of infrastructure, yes, we are.
So this thing has got such a lag.
Look at it, right. You've got the talking stick, Phil.
Sorry, I'll go.
You've got
okay.
the talking stick, Phil. You go.
I did see that sort of thing at the Welsh Open, actually. They had loads of water there, and there was just bottles all over the place. You just think, what are you doing, people? Just take it with you. Put it in your bag, for God's sake. We've got these massive bags with massive pockets. Just shove it in your bag. Just don't get it. Don't get it.
Yeah, and it's always. I honestly don't. And having been the person that has literally picked up people's rubbish because they cannot be asked to do it, like, it blows my mind. It snaps me. Like, it really snaps me. It's just laziness, inconsiderate and laziness and entitlement. But to go back to your question, Keith, in terms of infrastructure, yes, we have got a lot more infrastructure this year. In terms of the covered area, it's substantially bigger. There is a stage. There will be sound systems and so on and so forth. Yeah. So you get to, if should one of you lucky chaps actually win something, you get to come up and do all the fanfare and all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
So
you've got
that.
fanfares as well.
Well, it depends, mate. It might just be like the theme tune off of Bridge Too Far or something like that, or Band of Brothers. But yeah, so we are putting more infrastructure in terms of that. Going back to like toilets and things, what we do with those is that we take industry guidelines and then add a little bit. You'd be really stunned at how little toilets you need for people for, like, say, construction sites.
No, I wouldn't. I've been involved on that side of things. It's surprising how little you do need.
Yes. And again, the other thing, and it's like, I'm not trying to cut, and it's always, and again, what I say next, it is always the few that spoil it for the majority. Is that when we have had toilets in more toilets in the past, like people just leave them in a mental state. Like literally, someone robbed all the toilet roll last year. All the toilet roll, robbed it.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Gone. Do you remember this? Like, it's like what is going on? You're like, we've got like 60 rolls of toilet roll and it's just gone.
Yeah.
God knows why. Madness.
I thought this was the COVID episode coming.
Yeah, God knows what they. Well, there's a number of questions over that, but yeah. But yeah, for infrastructure, we have utilised more of that money to get things that's more beneficial to everyone. So bigger marquees, a stage, and like sound systems and stuff like that, as opposed to just for a few. We've tried to spread that across the board.
Brilliant.
And there's a few other bits and bobs as well, like the food and the catering. What something we are going to be able to do this year is that we are going to be able to have a beer as well, which is a good thing. As long as we are sensible, and there's a mechanism that we're going to utilise, so only post shooting and post rifle declaration and stuff like that. Limit it to because that's a key thing. I think there is a lot to be said for having that. And just having that catch up with friends, and you talked about having something to do in between time. A lot of this, as we see, is that you probably don't see these people all the time, or you're probably shot with them, and you might want to have a catch up. Since the time of the bloody Romans, sitting and having a bloody beer with someone, talking about something difficult that you've just gone through, it does bring people together, and all of a sudden that time just disappears. So that's the method in the madness. Or I might just to be like, I've had enough now. And I'm just
that's it. It's 5 o'clock. Come on, gone.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock somewhere in it, lads.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Are you, just going on that then, just touching on it, have you got many people camping, do you know, this year? Because there's a few last year, not massive numbers.
Yes, off the top, it's actually increased. It's increased, only ever so slightly, and I think that was a really good addition last year. It was quite good. Genuinely, all the people that camped last year, they were an absolute credit. They picked up all their stuff. They left it cleaner than it was somehow. It's like even someone probably mowed the grass as well while they were there. I don't know, but yeah, I think that's a good element to it as well, because again, going back to that Roman analogy that I had, it's like just sitting around and having a chinwag about that supported standard that I missed on the sticks for no reason at all, whatever, and just having a chat about that. Just having a good catch up with people.
It's very social on the camping sites.
Say again, sorry.
It really is. It's very social on the camping sites. Yeah, I've camped twice now. Yeah. And people are, generally I think all the air gunners are pretty friendly anyway.
Yes.
But it's a nice vibe on the campsite. 100%. And I really appreciate you putting the toilets on there last year.
Yeah, well, was it you that robbed the toilet roll, Keith? Was that it? Do you have 58 toilet rolls? No. All right.
No, I only had 25 of them.
Did you? Fair enough. I can't.
I'm really low now. That's why I'm going to come back again this year.
Just come out here, kids. It's Christmas. Have some toilet rolls. But there is a few more, Phil. It's something we'll continue to do. I think it adds another dynamic to it for sure. A positive dynamic.
Well, that's good given the weather last year as well, because it was quite a wet one, wasn't it? For camping, and I thought I might have put people off.
Nah, to be honest, I think like the topography and the actual ground conditions are really good there. It's not like it's sat on clay. It's quite porous, the ground, so any sort of you don't really get the standing water, even after loads of heavy rain. On the opposite side of the road, you do, but not where we've kind of put the camp in as well. It's really, really porous. So even if it pisses it down, it's not too bad. And campers are weird, aren't they? And they like it when it's pissing it down as well, and they get to use all the gadgets and brollies and
I actually wanted to I was camping my hammock last year, but there was no trees where we were camping.
You should have gone to a garden centre and got yourself some. There's one down the road.
Yeah.
Just get yourself 2 palm trees and just lash it up.
Yeah, do you reckon?
Yeah.
They'd quite like that, wouldn't they, Borders would? What are those 2 trees?
I'll get it squared. Yeah. Yeah, Borders, two trees. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Until about 9:30 in the morning, when suddenly you hear crack. What's going on?
Crack, and there's now
Somebody with
a
his side letting one off across your ear.
significant divot in the ground somewhere in the campsite. And we're having to get some turf jacks to drag Phil out.
Just stick me in a big bag of rice, you'll be alright.
Just.
You mentioned something you wanted to talk about. Oh, Keith, did you have any more questions? Sorry, mate.
No, it'd been really informative for me, Kieran.
Wow, that is the first time I've been called that, mate.
Oh God, I'll tell you, it's like my brain today. It's just I was still thinking about that unsupported stander.
I think you need to seek help outside of this podcast, mate, for that sort of thing. I don't think we can help you.
I've been told that by many people.
Yeah.
Many people.
Yeah, we'll get no help here.
Anyway, as I was about to say, you've been really informative, Kieran. Thank you for that.
No, appreciate
I don't know, Bill, have you got any
I think,
more?
Kieran, did you say you wanted to mention something, or did you touch on what you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, we kind of touched on it a little bit, and it's something we have talked about, and I've used the word capital, which is money. That's the gig. Money makes the world go round.
Yep.
Something, and certainly while we're still in the seats with what we do at WHFTA, is that we absolutely understand that where this fits in the ecosystem of shooting. We get it. I think most people would do if we was to have an objective discussion with them. And it is very much grassroots. HFT is a grassroots sport, and it gives potential trajectories elsewhere or sideways movement and so on and so forth. Purely because it's the most accessible thing in the UK in terms of obtaining. You don't need the licenses and so on and so forth. Grassroots needs to, and it has to be available to everyone from from every social economic background. It can't be reserved for the people that have that free income. Yes, granted, these rifles are expensive, but I'm saying this, that once you've made that initial outlay, the costs aren't that nuts. There's still costs, but in terms of like getting entries and stuff like that, we're not going to be wanging hundreds of pounds on an entry. It's just not sustainable. You get a family doing that. That's 400 quid. Done like that. And you're just pricing people out, and that's something that we're really big on. And yes, there will be people that want more, and the way to do that is more money and things. And then the natural thing to do is put entry fees up and so on and so forth. But we're sure as shit not going to price the foundations of the entire sport like out the market. It's not a chance. Not a chance. And I think anyone that thinks that that's okay needs to give the red a wobble. Yeah, you can't do it without everyone. This is nothing. That's the true statement. Without everyone, this is fuck all. And we need everyone. And come the day, and definitely in the UK, that day's coming when everyone that shoots a gun, a rifle, or a pistol or whatever, we're going to be needed as a collective, for sure. And pricing people out of it is not going to do this sport any good. But I don't know. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think that's
I think
a reasonable approach, or are you sat that we should be charging 800 quid and everybody has a Rolex inside?
No, to put it bluntly, I definitely I think it's all, you're always going to get people that want more for less. It's just our nature, isn't it? I think it's a difficult one to try and get right, to get the price point right. I think it's there. We can't go any more expensive, because there are people out there that can afford it, definitely, but there are also a lot more people probably that can't. So I think that you just need to do what you need to do, It's a hard one, mate. I'm glad I'm not doing it. Let's put it that way. What do you reckon?
Yeah, well, it's tricky. Just like for reference as well, things have gone up a significant amount. In some instances, we've seen 20% hikes in prices for things. They're just the way. Ask any business. Ask any business what's gone up and things. It's It's big, and we haven't actually passed that
Hmm.
on to the
No.
what would be the consumer in this, and we're trying to beg, borrow, steal. Sorry, not steal. One ball things and make things every penny is a prisoner and all that sort of thing. But yeah, as sure as like we're still in the seat, like we need to keep it available to everyone as far as
Yeah.
best we can, as best we can.
No, agreed.
Yeah. I mean, from my perspective, I mean, we pay £15 for a league, National League event each,
Mm.
right? But I think the infrastructure and everything that you have to get in place for a major one-off competition is always going to be a lot more.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
think your price point is actually really fair. And if you'd have got up by a fiver this year, I personally wouldn't have been surprised.
We did think about it and basically backed down. We thought that we could make the maths work better, and it's kind of worked. We've
Yeah.
got more numbers, which you've got more numbers and people as well, and just for reference as well, just because 350 people do attend this, what we do for a lot of people, and just complete transparency, the people that do help, we do give them free places, and bloody rightly so. Like people that do stuff, like the people that book in, people that do this, they get free places. So we're not like we're getting 350
Yeah.
times 50 quid. It's not the case. It isn't, and that's one of the ways that we can kind of give back, and it's a small token of appreciation and gratitude that you can give you a free space. So it's not actually 350. We give a number of free spaces out in these events. So that just
But,
reduces it. Like
I mean,
we did
yeah.
talk about £5 extra, but now we can make the maths run. But it's tight. It's bloody tight.
Yeah, I can imagine. But I mean, I liked it last year when everybody that marshalled, they all got a token and, things like that, a little bit of memorabilia. And those are really nice touches from where I'm concerned.
No, I appreciate that. It's good that it's well received. And what we, just for again transparency, we spend the bloody lot. Like we spend it all. We keep wrong. We keep a float for the following year, which is small. When I say small, it's 3 digits.
Yeah.
3 digits. That's it. It's not a lot of dollar at all. And so we spend the bloody lot in one hit. So with the stuff that we have got left over, we'll try and do something like that we did with the Marshalls and the coins and that little bit of memorabilia. Do something with juniors or something like that. Other little tweaks and things like that. The stickers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was one of those things as well. We used that money as well, so everyone got a scope sticker and things like that. But yeah, the aim is to spend the bloody lot.
Well, yeah.
Just not Vegas.
Have you got big sponsors? Have you got big sponsors coming in again this year? I'm guessing Air Arms will be with their traditional contribution and things like that.
Yeah. So sponsorship this is a really. I know we're probably going a little bit far into the reads here, so I've rambled quite a lot. But yeah, sponsorship's a tricky one to nail down. Air Rams they are one of the biggest contributors. JSB doing their pellet testing, that's available on the Friday this year. Optizan, Falcon, Solware, Optics Warehouse. There's Optizan. There's those people, but it is genuinely getting trickier in the landscape to attract sponsors, and I don't think that's because the event is getting smaller. It's just the nature of the world. It's the nature of the world and having to shift and pivot and how we actually get that. Because to call a spade, guys, like what do we, from a business perspective, what do we give them?
Yeah.
Does that make sense as an event? It's like, yes, great, you're using the products, but from a callous business perspective, we're going to use the bloody products anyway. If you get what I mean, it's a token, it's a gesture from the vast majority of these sponsors. And anyone that thinks that we are owed anything is
Incorrect.
way off the mark. Way off the mark. I would, if someone wants to jump on board and try and get us more sponsorship and work with us to try and rally that up and feel the frustration and anguish and jubilation and then more anguish and fuckery that goes on, please put something in your comments or something like that. We'll take them up on the goddamn thing. But yeah, there is, to answer your question again, roundabout way, there is a good, bloody healthy smattering of sponsors. PRS is another one, and they're bringing something pretty damn special for people that use an Air Arms rifle. That's pretty.
Oh, the new stock.
It is, mate. It's class, mate. It's good. It's good.
I can't. well, me and him, we both got HFT 500s, and both of
Yeah,
us looking at that stock going, ooh.
to be honest, I was actually speaking. I was messaging Gav, who owns PRS yesterday, and he was sending us it, showing us it coming off the mill and stuff in its parts. I'll forward them on to you, Phil. Actually,
No, don't.
It's a good bit of kit that.
I was actually looking at it. I was looking at it today at work, and I was like, "Oh, that's nice. That's pretty."
Never know, mate. Your number
Yeah.
could be up, buddy, and you could walk away with one. I think it'll be one of the first ones as well, actually, like that's out there because it's
Wow.
due end of August,
Yeah, yeah.
September. I think that's the release date as well. I'd be well happy with that if I walked away with that. Bloody
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. And same like with the other like air rams again, giving like an XTI 50 is £3,500 gun. Same with Falcon, multitude of scopes and things. Anyone that walks away with any of that stuff, jackpot.
Yeah, of
isn't it?
course.
I've never won a bloody thing.
Brilliant.
No, in fact,
Nor have I.
I won a beanbag once, and it was like the fat kid at PE. It was literally the last thing on the bloody stand. It was,
Oh, well,
yeah.
it's more than me. Yeah.
You never know, mate.
Well, I do know. That's the problem. I'm not going to be there this year. I'm on holiday. So,
Oh, I think you will, Phil. Come on. I think there's an inkling chance. I think we'll be able to. Keith, we're going to kidnap him. That's it. We'll just go Liam Neeson.
I reckon he could.
yeah.
We've got a personal little competition going on between us on at
How
every
bad
HFT
would that be,
event.
Phil, if Keith won that PRS stock? Do you think you'd hear the last of it?
No, I wouldn't hear the last of it.
No, he
In
wouldn't.
fact, we'll get it engraved. We'll get it engraved, Keith. We'll get it laser etched there and then. We'll get a laser etcher. I'll bring it over.
Oh, that'd
Ratworks
be even better.
one
Yeah.
of our sponsors. They'll bring it over. They'll bring it over. They can do it like they do the Champions League. Just
He'd
laser etch it in.
He'd get it etched saying, "Wouldn't you love this, Phil?" Oh, he's gone. See, he's gone to get it. He's dropped off.
He's gone to get it.
Yes,
hasn't he?
yes. No, he might be back in a minute. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Yeah.
I don't know what happened then. It just had a blank screen. It was
That's
the
it,
thought
yeah.
of winning that stock. Having it
Oh,
like that.
dear. Yeah. I've got one last question for you, Kieran.
Not Phil Moran.
Yeah, hit me.
Yeah.
Go.
Put that on it, yeah. Thanks for that. One last question, Kieran. Do you miss competing in the Worlds yourself? Because obviously you're really busy. I know all that, but do you miss it?
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not. No, I don't think so. I miss elements of it, but I don't miss it as a whole.
Okay.
What I do know is that from being once upon a time, I was actually semi-decent at this. Once upon a time, I do admit that I do have a natural ability for it, and I do with most shooting sports. And that's not trying to blow smoke up my ass. I promise you, that's not the case. I think what HFT demands to be at the top end, at the top of your game, is time. It's reps. You do the reps, and you go, and you continuously do that process. I'm just the fact of the matter is I'm just not doing those reps. An element of natural ability and experience will get you so far, but I'm not going to be anywhere near those chaps, anywhere near them.
Okay.
They are hyper talented individuals, so I don't miss that. What I do miss is probably mentoring or something along those lines, and actually trying to teach lessons to people. I kind of miss that, but not actually the competing as much. I think once I'm done with this organisation type stuff and looking at it in the rear view mirror, I think I will revisit because I'll have more free time to be able to go and do stuff and do some stuff. I do a bit more of the powder burning stuff. I'll start to do a little bit more of that as well, and that takes up a bit of time. Families, etc., etc. Other interests take up a lot of time, but yeah, I'd say, do you know what? Yes and no, but on the most, I'd probably say 70% no, 30% yeah.
Fair enough. Well,
might start shooting sticks.
yeah, okay. No, don't. Keith, before you,
Sorry about this. I keep dropping.
Keith, before you drop off again, have you got any questions, or are we done?
No, I'm looking forward to seeing you on the beach, Kieran.
See you on the beach. Do you know where that comes from? By the way,
No,
it's a
not
film.
really.
It comes from a very, very famous film that came out in 1998.
Okay.
Was that Martin Sheen, Apocalypse Now?
No, that thing definitely did come out in 1998. Like, you kind of on the lines. You can't. Tom Hanks. It's Tom Hanks.
No. Oh, Saving Private Ryan.
It is.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, that's where that's legitimately where it comes from. We'll see you on the beach. And once upon a time, also, someone once said that to me as well in the thing. So yeah, see you on the beach.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll see
right.
it at the
And
start.
it's just stuck.
Obviously, we're going into a better beach than that fucking thing. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah. I know. Yeah. But we'll look forward to seeing you chaps anyway. And Phil, you're definitely going to drag your ass there. That's it.
You don't want to go on holiday
I
anyway.
know, I know.
You don't.
No.
Don't.
Yes.
You get a PRS stalk. Maybe you could go on holiday there.
Yeah, yeah. Can you imagine that?
Flight divert.
Fancy going on holiday, love. Where do you want to go? Nottingham.
This is go fucking nuts. Nottingham's all right. There's some good bits. Clumber Park and everything. Lovely neck of the woods.
Take you to the beach.
The beach, yeah. The WHFTA Beach.
Oh, dear me. Right, well, thanks for that, Kieran. It's been great.
No, thank you ever so much. No, thank you ever so much. I appreciate taking your time and going back to what I said at the start. Like, fair digging to you chaps for giving this a whirl. Hopefully you get some more interesting guests on that don't talk so much rubbish as I do, and it goes ahead, mate. And long form conversations where this stuff needs to go, so people gain some interest and can listen to this stuff on the car and all that sort of jazz.
Yeah.
And actually get to the bones of what make things tick, for
Well,
sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I think it's been really interesting, so thank you.
Can I have that? Can I have that? Can I have that on a postcard? Can I have that on a postcard that I'm really interested
Yeah.
in? Yeah, because my missus goes
Yeah.
fucking nuts. Like, talking about guns and stuff again. But anyway,
Well, mine's watching Love Island now.
shocking behaviour.
Ah, dear.
But no, thank you
No,
guys.
thank you, mate.
very much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Kieran.
It's not just me, mate. Not just me. It's the team. Team is the big.
Yeah.
It's the team and I is the best phrase. The team and I, not me and the team. Definitely the team put a tremendous amount of work in, and hopefully people see that from the outside as well. Because without it, like I mentioned before, without none of us, this is done. Like all of us, it's all or nothing. But yeah. But thanks again, guys. Thank you ever so much.
Cheers.
Thanks, Kieran. See you soon.
Catch up with you very shortly.
Yeah. Speak to you soon. Cheers, gents.
Yeah, see you soon, guys. Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much. Take care. Cheers. Bye.
Bugger off.